this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. I'm going to do one cast today. It's Wednesday or Thursday, the 17th of October. A little bit of boat traffic. People going in for the evening. Got a bunch of rods here. I've got a bunch of white jigs on because I was fishing this morning with white, but I've got one here with the sculpin and ginger on. Ooh, it's an 1/8 ounce. I can use it. No, I'm not. I don't want to use white down here, do I? No. I'll be right back. I'm going to tie another jig on. Okay, I tied on a sculpin and ginger, the brown head 1/16 ounce, so I got 4-pound line. At 1/8 ounce, the water's too slow and I don't know. I don't think it'd work quite as well. They're running a little less than 2 units. I boated down here below Cooper Creek to the sloughs. It's about a little after 6, I think. Sun's down off below the trees. It's been a beautiful day today. Really, really pretty. Got fish surfacing this evening. That's good. And I'm right in front of the first slough. Still have a lot of stuff floating around from that high water that we had. A lot of pondweed kind of floating around in clumps. Most of it's over pretty close to the bank, so I can't really get up on close to the bank. Dennis Suizo came down here and fished today. Said he did real good drifting night crawlers down here. First cast! Where are they at? They're the ones I'm talking about. They said they caught them down here on night crawlers. Said fishing was really good. And now they're asking me where they're at. Okay, nothing on. See, I came down here because I thought I'd catch one on the first cast. I'd rather go up the trophy area and fish. Catch bigger fish. But down here I thought maybe I should catch more fish. I haven't been down here in a while. I fished up below the dam a little bit this morning. The wind's out of the north still, so wind's blowing up lake. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't real easy fishing. I caught some real nice fish on white jig, but I didn't catch anything until I got down to Trophy Run. I'm gonna get a little closer to the bank. And then I fished down below Lookout through the narrows and I didn't catch fish. I didn't get a bite. Using white and sculpin and ginger. And the funny thing about it was their midges were hatching all over the place. They were thick and there wasn't any fish rising on them. So it kind of made me think the fish just weren't feeding. Well, I saw a few other fish caught. Actually, Carolyn Parker and Gina guides, they guide out of drift boats up there. They were hammering fish. They were fishing something under a float. I assume a scud. It could have been a San Juan. Could have been an egg fly. It's hard to say. But they were catching some fish. Oh, missed him. Hit it pretty hard. Probably a little one. Dwayne had a trip this morning, but I have not talked to him today. Oh, I had another bite. They must be little ones just pecking at it or something. Yeah. He's got a Facebook page, Ozark Trout Runners. You can probably go on there and see if he's got any pictures of his trip this morning. He said they were going to throw jerk baits. He gets out before daylight. I did take a DO oxygen and a temperature reading up right at the cable, and it was 5.1 was the lowest, and it jumped up to 6.5. Oh, I got a bunch of pondweed, which is really good. Five's okay. 6 is really good. Temperature is 57 and it hadn't changed. Well, I'm trying to avoid all of this stuff on the surface and it's kind of hard. Yeah, I got fish right out here that's midging. See if I can catch one of them. Nope. Not a whole lot else going on. Like I said, night crawlers is the best bait. They said power bait too, so they were catching fish on power bait. Saw some fish caught off the dock, even though they're running a little more than one unit. Supposed to be a beautiful weekend. I know Saturday they were calling for rain, but I think they've taken that out of the forecast, at least on my app. Well, it's like I ran into a school of them down there, and a bunch of leaves. Well, I tell you, right in front of that slough is the hot spot, or just above it. I got to get out of this junk. There's just too much floating. I don't see anything surfacing out here. Get a little deeper this time. Water out here is pretty deep, so I can really let it drop. Maybe they're down a little ways. Steve Dickey did come in. They had some nice fish, and they were fishing down here with the pink worm under a float. He said they tried to bounce a nightcrawler on the bottom, and for them it was tough because the wind again was from the north and it's blowing you up lake, and it's really hard to get a drift. As slow as the water is, and then the wind pretty much stops you. So he said they went to a float and did pretty good. But it's pretty slow down here. I thought it'd be a little better. Jig fishing anyhow. One more cast. There was something on my jig. I should say one more successful catch. Oh, right in some leaves again. Yeah. Somebody asked me about jigs. The jigs that we use on one cast and have used for a while are jigs that we manufacture ourselves. For those that don't know the story, I might have to cast a couple times to tell the story. So Dwayne Dwayne and Ryan both are incredible do-it-yourself everything. They can do just about anything. They've done a lot of building for me. Dwayne's built furniture. Anyhow, we started playing around with, we have a CNC machine, and we started playing around cutting jig molds in aluminum blocks and pouring our own jigs. We came up with a jig head design that we liked. It was, the head is, on one side of the jig head is smaller than the other, or bigger than the other, and it also has a ridge. So when the jig drops in the water, it doesn't just drop straight down, it drops to the side, or it does a little loop-de-loop. And that's by design. Oh, not Lee's again. So we came up with our own line, and we had a mass-produced four colors, four sizes, and Blake, who has done one cast before, he works for us, works on the dock. He paints the jigs, uses powder paint, and bakes them. And then we have about 12 to 15 local people that tie these jigs for us. None of them are tied overseas. And we're up to, I think, about 18 different color combinations with jig head and marabou colors. I'm going to move back inside the scum line a little bit. I'm going to have to let this, of course, the pondweed is going to be with us for a while because it's breaking up. It's been growing all summer and it's breaking up and floating down. So anyhow, those are our jigs. We sell them online, we sell them in the shop. We guarantee them not to come apart. No other jig company that I know of has a guarantee on their jigs. If one comes apart, no matter how many fish you catch, bring it in, send it in, and we will send you another jig. No questions asked. There's not too many jigs that you can clean your jig off, your marabou off when you get stuff on it, and not lose any feathers. That's our guarantee. So we're pretty proud of it. We tie our own color combinations, and then they're pretty much the same as everybody else has. We sell PJ Finesse jigs in our shop. PJ's has the same color combinations. We will probably come up with a few different ones once we get the base colors covered and in inventory. We're going to come out with three colors, some tri-olive. Zig Jig has a tri-olive that people that use Zig Jigs have had a lot of luck with. We might not use the same three olives, but we'll play around with it. Yeah, I just caught a bunch more pondweed. Alright, I think I'm going to call it. I think I've covered the jig part. We like our jigs. And we sell a lot of jigs, so I think people like our jigs. Thanks for watching. We'll try to catch more fish tomorrow.